In the year of 2014, the monopoly of the sensor industry was divided. 6 companies were born, 6 companies to fight. In the game of the survival of the fittest. With the mission of coming out on top, a team was assembled.
I need to know now, can you love me again? I need to know now, can you love me again?
And Chester was born. And where are they now, you might ask?
Now, in 2022, Chester is in a formidable 5th place in our industry. After a significant turnaround, we are 4th in terms of our contribution margin, 5th in terms of our cumulative profits, stock price, star chart, and return on sales, and 6th in terms of our overall market share.
We have much improved our company since the start of 2018. After a disastrous start, our cumulative profits have increased from negative 1.4 million to positive 8.6 million. Our sales from 44 million to 68.8 million. Our stock price from $1 to $21. Our return on equity from negative 16.8% to positive 18.3%.
And this is how our journey began. We drafted a mission strategy plan with the goal of driving our company to the top of the industry.
Chester plans to focus its market approach on the high-tech segment of the industry. Our products will also penetrate the low-tech market as the perceptual map naturally drifts. Chester is principally dedicated to innovating the leading technology and to satisfying our valued customers. Our goal is to reach a customer service score of 30. Our products will be consistent with the most current demand, meeting and exceeding the quality, size, performance, and age expectations of our market. With this strategy, our company will obtain a market share of 35% as a result of our placement in both high and low-tech segment to ultimately maximize our profitability.
4 years into our mission, our team was faced with a wide range of challenges, some of which we knew would be fatal if left unaddressed.
It was time for a change.
Agent Jess, I think we need to consider changing our initial strategy of being a high-tech player in this industry.
I agree with you, Agent Leah. When we internally assess our capabilities, competencies, and capacities, we can see that we're limited in our financial capacity following a $12 million emergency loan and 2 consecutive net losses. Our stock price dropped from $11.17 to $1. It will be hard to expand in this financial position.
In addition, when conducting an analysis of the external rivalry in our industry, the high-tech market seems to be more competitive than we had initially thought it would be. Our competitors in the high-tech industry have invested significant funds into TQM, which helps them reduce cycle time, increase demand for product, and reduce labor and material costs. As a result, our competitors can launch products quicker and earn higher margins in comparison to Chester.
We knew something had to be done. We needed a turnaround.
We need to shift our goals from being a leading high-tech player to that of a broad-cost leader. With this, we will aim to maintain a presence both in low-tech and in high-tech markets and compete on low price. We currently do not have sufficient capital to release new products, so we will continue to maintain our current products, cake and candy, and use that to improve profitability.
We will position cake in the low-tech market. Price has a 41% importance in low-tech's buying criteria, so we will aim to have a competitive price. To allow that, we will reduce our cost base by investing in automation for cake to lower labor costs for the production, as a low-tech segment demands production in large volume.
We will continue to position candy in the high-tech market. Ideal position has a 33% importance in high-tech's customer buying criteria. Chester will reposition candy to the ideal point in the middle of each year, differentiating ourselves from our competitors who are positioned at the ideal point at the end of the year. To allow for this constant repositioning of candy, we will invest significantly in TQM to reduce production costs and R&D cycle time.
How did we overcome the challenge of increasing our financial capacity, you may ask? As a guiding policy to overcome this challenge, we decided to increase our issuance of long-term debt and to raise capital through issuing stocks in later rounds once our stock price increases.
We knew we would face constant pressure from competitors who have invested more money into TQM than we have. Chester will overcome this challenge by continually investing in TQM and automation in order to improve R&D efficiency and reduce cost base. With this, we hope to build a competitive advantage and leave Chester in a better position in 2022.
The Chester team of agents was confident with their mission changes and was ready to submit their confidential strategy to Agent Y. And with this new strategy, the team of agents was able to achieve a significant turnaround in their mission.
Very good. They can take a 60-second stretch. By being a broad cost leader and building presence both in high-tech and low-tech, we were able to capitalize on the growth and opportunities in both segments.
As we gradually increase automation for cake, we reduced our labor costs and ultimately increased our contribution margin from 22.8% at the end of round 4 to 32.7% this year. This allowed us to play on volume and make profits from our increased margin.
Our investments in TQM reduced R&D time to a level where we were able to reposition candy every round to reach the ideal point by mid-year and maximize our time in this ideal position to increase our sales. As a result, in 2021, candy climbed to be the top product in the high-tech segment with the highest sales of 11% market share.
Our Chester managing agents team was also successful in growing our financial capacity. As our tactics with cake and candy saw success, our company performance and profits increased, and as a result, our stock price climbed from $1 to $21 within 3 rounds, which ultimately allowed us to achieve our goal of raising funds through stock issue. We continue to invest in TQM and R&D for the future of Chester.
We measured the success of our turnaround mission with a number of criteria. First, we were successful in stabilizing profits, achieving a steady increase of profits of $2.6 million, $4.2 million, and $4.0 million in the last 3 rounds.
We successfully reached our goal of exceeding a contribution margin of 30% and also had sufficient emergency cash reserves with increasing cash balance and no emergency loans.
Our forecasting was extremely accurate. Using our sale numbers, the industry growth, and our projected market share, we avoided large inventory carrying costs and fast stockouts.
Last, but definitely not least, we are successful in improving our shareholders' confidence and our market share. Our bond rating increased from a CCC to a B. And now, Candy holds a large 10% of the market share in the high-tech industry.
Now, the challenge is for you, the incoming management team, to build upon our turnaround mission and drive Chester to the top. Here are some final words for you.
Secret agents of the incoming management team, it is your responsibility to consider the following factors. You should continue investing in TQM efforts, such as we have done. This will allow us to reduce our labor costs, which are currently 28.8% of our sales. An investment in automation will help to increase our competitive advantage. Andrews has invested in TQM initiatives and automation that have led them to having an 8.7% labor cost.
Also, do not forget the secret formula for forecasting. Current number of units sold times the market growth rate. Ensure you remember to qualitatively assess the industry for new entrants, price wars, and accessibility of products.
In order to outcompete the other espionage groups in our industry, it is important to find the unique elements of competition. In high tech, instead of positioning candy on the ideal point at the end of the year, revise it to be the product that meets the ideal point first in order to capture larger market share earlier on every year.
Continuing to invest in TQM to reduce R&D cycle time will help a lot with this. Furthermore, it is vital that you maintain the highest level of accessibility and awareness to drive sales in low tech. As growth begins to plateau, customer retention becomes of the utmost importance, and it is important that Cake's value proposition remains strong. Lastly, agents. It is vital to leave financial reserves in the event of emergencies. As our sales increase, our share prices will increase along with it. This makes equity financing beneficial because it results in less interest expenses. In the event that we have an unfortunate round and our share prices plummet, if we have enough cash on hand, we can retire shares. This way, if our share prices increase again, we can issue them back and increase our overall cash reserves. Also, remember that the number of shares you can issue is limited, and issuing shares will dilute the share price. Thus, once some shares are issued, consider using debt financing to obtain cash.
Always remember to issue some of your financial capacity, as opposed to none or all of it. This is because there will always be unexpected circumstances. Thus, it is important to leave cash reserves so that we can stand up back on our feet faster.
These are our words of wisdom to you.
This mission has taught our Chester team many lessons.
The most important experience we gained from the competition was how to effectively develop a business strategy. We needed to have a clear understanding of the position and direction in which we wanted to drive Chester, and how to execute specific tactics to achieve long-term growth and profitability. We needed to consider the purpose, the markets, the products and services, the resources, business system configuration, and responsibility and accountability. In-depth analysis is needed both internally and externally through understanding Porter's 5 forces, the nature of the industry's competition, a SWOT analysis as well, and an assessment of the 3 C's. We learned that adequate time to develop a strong, detailed strategy was fundamental to success.
In regards to teamwork, our secret agents team learned how to complete tasks in an efficient and effective manner. With the first 3 deliverables, our team found our meetings to be productive. To improve on this aspect of our mission, we chose to continue with our in-depth brainstorms, but to divide the parts at the end of the meeting so we could increase individual productivity. Each agent would be in charge of proposing one piece of the task, and then would later combine all of our individual parts and edit the document as a team. We learned that this was the best way to effectively write the reports and manage teams.
On a final note, our mission team learned that success does not always come in the form of a straight line. Teams must overcome challenges and obstacles before becoming prosperous. In the first 4 rounds, the Chester company did not produce the results in which we had initially hoped for. We saw that other teams of agents were doing extremely well and began to get frustrated in this competition. The process pause after the 4th round allowed our team to regroup and redefine our mission strategy. We were able to learn from our past mistakes and turn the company around. To conclude, although it was difficult to see emergency loans, net losses, and stock prices falling round after round in the beginning, our Chester team was able to keep a growth mindset and use the mistakes we made as a learning opportunity in order to ultimately succeed.
These are our final words. Now, the incoming management team of agents.
Are you ready?
This video will self-destruct in 5 seconds.